again, the small blocks ready to go green, and the green flag is out. 59 of Mo Lataby to the lead from the pole position. Here comes Jake Sturgis down on the inside in the number 11. Jake works the inside of Leslie Keyser and takes over the second spot. Keyser is in third. Tommy Tombarello runs in fourth, and Mike Nedison up on the outside in the number 55. Now a battle for the lead. Sturgis on the inside, Lataby on the outside. Sturgis makes it look easy as he drives underneath. Sturgis takes the lead. Lataby for second. Nedison runs third. Leslie Keyser is fourth. Fifth spot belongs to Tommy Tombarello right now in the 21, being challenged by Sparky McIver in the 22. Sparky right up on the back bumper. Matter of fact, they bang wheels going through that third and fourth turn. Here now is a race for second. Nedison up on the outside in the 55, gets around Mo Lataby to go to second. Lataby shuffled back to third. Keyser continues to run fourth. And what a battle for fifth. We got Sparky McIver in the 22, Tombarello in the 21, and Eddie Whitcomb Jr. in the number 14. The three of those cars race for the fifth spot. Right behind them, Mike Sperling in the 61. Big lead for Sturgis in the 11. Nedison by himself in second. Mo Lataby, our pole sitter, runs in third. Spin over there in the second turn. That's Mike Sperling down off the racetrack and appears to be right up by the Armco barrier of the infield pit road. So it brings out the caution flag with 6 laps complete. Doubled up for the restart. The caution lights are off, and we'll turn them loose here next time by with 6 laps complete. This is the qualifying race for the Small Block Super Modifieds, the premier division on the Friday night schedule here at Lee USA Speedway, as the green flag is in the air. And Jake Sturgis is back in the lead in the number 11. Nedison goes to second. Keyser holds on to third, but here comes Tommy Tombarello like he's shot out of a cannon in that number 21, working the outside to get around Mo Lataby and going for more. Meanwhile, Sparky McIver did not get a good start in that number 22, now trying to race his way back up into the top 5 as he'll have 2 laps to go this time by. 2 to go. Jake Sturgis, large and in charge in that number 11. Wheels it on down the backstretch. Mike Nedison all by himself in the 55, then Keyser and Tombarello. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Checkered flag will fly this time, and Jake Sturgis out of Candia, New Hampshire, picks up the win in the qualifying race. Nedison for second. Leslie Keyser will be third. Tom Tombarello fourth. Sparky McIver winds up in fifth, followed by Eddie Whitcomb Jr. in the 14 and Mo Lataby in the number 59. All right, we've had a look now at the Small Block Super Modified. All right, here's the qualifying heat for the hobby stocks. John Spence Jr. looks them over as they come through the third and fourth turn. There's the green flag, and they are underway. Piasny by a nose down into the first turn in that number 65. He's got Dennis Dumas right up alongside in the 15. They race side by side down into turn 3. Dumas doing it the hard way up on the outside. Puts the hammer down, and Dumas by a radiator cap. At the start-finish line, credit him with leading lap number 1 and does the same thing on the backstretch, but Piasny will not give up, digging down on the low side. Here they come out of turn 4. Piasny slips just a little bit. The back end of the car slides out ever so slightly, and that allows Dumas to pull ahead and take the lead by himself in the 15. Piasny goes to second in the 65, and then the 83 of Dave McDonald races in the third spot. Tangway, fourth now in the 79. Brian Thompson in the 69. Dylan Bilodeau in the 0-2. Racing with Brian Thompson for that 5th spot out there. It's tight from 5th on back as they go into the cross flags halfway through this qualifying race for the hobby stocks. Dumas out in front. Piasny is 2nd. McDonald is 3rd. And Tangway is 4th. Then you've got to go a ways back to our 5th spot as the caution flag flies for a spin. Dave McDonald in the 83. Pat Tangway of the famous Tangway racing family out there in the number 79, the 69 of Brian Thompson, and the 0-2 of Dylan Bilodeau. Set to turn them loose. Here they come. Green flag. And Dumas is back in the lead. Piasny will resume the 2nd spot. Pat Tangway makes a move up on the outside to go to 3rd in the 79. That shuffles McDonald back to the 4th spot. Bilodeau and Brian Thompson race it out for 5th. Bilodeau in the 0-2. Thompson in the 69. Dumas now has opened up to about a 4-car length lead over Jim Piasny. Comfortable enough. Barring any mechanical problems, he can win this qualifying race. Piasny in a comfortable 2nd spot as well. Battle is for 3rd right now between McDonald in the 83 and Pat Tangway in the 79, but there's only 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Dumas in control in that number 15. Sees the white flag this time out of the 4th turn. 1 more lap. And the checkered flag will fly this time on the hobby stock qualifying event. And Dennis Dumas will win it in the number 15. Jim Piasny will take 2nd. Pat Tangway 3rd. Dave McDonald for 4th. Dylan Bilodeau will be 5th. The 37 of Zach Fraser moves up to the 6th spot, followed by Brian Thompson in the 69.
So the last time he raced here was 20 years ago. He's out of Ware, New Hampshire, in the C.J. Bolton Incorporated number 36. Todd Ceravello is in car number 16. Anthony Nocello, the 92. And the number 71 car, Josh Cantera, under green. Ground-pounding modifieds through the 1st and 2nd turn, down the back straightaway. Tommy Barrett giving chase. Jimmy Storrs right on his rear bumper as they come off the turn, down the straightaway. Perry, the APE, number 21, right there, solidly in 4th spot. Again, the top 5 will advance. They're going 12 laps. Todd Ceravello right up behind Steve Massey, the final transfer spot. Barrett right up tight behind the number 47. Storrs was fast here yesterday afternoon in practice sessions. Here's the 9 car looking low in the corner. Getting a little attention from John Spence on the flag stand. Look at the race for the 4th position here. Massey on the outside of the number 21 car. That's Dennis Perry trying to hold on. Todd Ceravello is going to follow in the number 16 cars right up tight behind through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, a great battle going on for the number 5 spot here. Side by side, Perry, Massey, Ceravello watches from the number 16 car. The 13 loosened up a little bit to no avail down to the bottom. Oh man, Perry got into the corner. Hard, fast, low. Bounced and caromed up into Steve Massey, who is against the concrete in between the number 1 and 2 turns. Calling the action that night, the great Johnny Most was on the PA at Norwood Arena for the All-Star appearance back in, I believe, 68 or 69. Here they come out of the corner. The green flag is over the Speedway. And look at Barrett on the outside. Tommy Barrett goes right by Jimmy Storrs like he wasn't even there and pulls away. We are going to be halfway now. 6 laps completed when they come across the line. 6 down, 6 to go. Banderos fighting, hang on here and get a top 5 transfer spot. No Sellers on the outside. No Seller, a former midgeteer himself. He's a front runner with the Valenti Modified Series. He is running in the 4th spot. Todd Ceravello, veteran campaigner out of the state of Connecticut, on the outside of the 50 car, going down that back straightaway. Is going to move into the number 5 spot. Ceravello right up behind. Here's Nocella to the bottom. It's going to be Ceravello. Nocella to the high side and down the front straightaway. Anthony wants that number 3 spot. Ceravello wants to go with him. Here comes Josh Cantera, the young Charger out of the state of Maine, in car number 71, the Goodwin and Ann Hannaford modified. Great battle here. Heat competition number 1. This is for the first race of the afternoon here for the modified division here. Here's the 2 to go stripe now as Barrett reigns supreme out front. Sellers on the outside of Jimmy Storis. Storis has turned a ton of laps here in his racing career at Lee USA Speedway. Here comes Todd Ceravello on the outside. Ceravello wants that number 3 spot. Here's the white flag. One more trip around the 3/8 mile Lee USA Speedway. Good battle for the number 3 position. Look at Ceravello. He came from deep in the starting field to rocket in the 3rd spot. Sunoco checkers are waving for Tommy Barrett, Nocella, and the rest of the field. Ceravello, whoa, look out over there in the turn as Perry got into the back of Jimmy Storis, locking them up and coming to a stop. Thank goodness they never made it to the concrete wall. Rick Houlihan is in the Paquin Insurance number 80 car. And Sean Monahan out of Waterford, Connecticut, is in car number 31. Here they come. Green flag. Through the 1st and 2nd turn down the back straightaway, Anarumo's going to run strong on the outside. Todd Anarumo, Mike Douglas, they've done this several times at Star Speedway in the past. Anarumo leads the lap. Anarumo led the lap by a nose. Here comes Chris Pasteryak on the outside. Pasterjak's going to challenge the number 23 car. Good battle off the turn. Savory now in that 5th and final transfer spot. Right up behind Zackham, we've got Ross around on the front straightaway, drawing the interest of John Spence. He is looking to come down that front chute. He's going to get that 51 car to go. Oh, he stalled it. No, you got to go in again. Here we go. Gary's tiring out a number 51 car. Refires on the front straightaway. Your leader continues to be Todd Anarumo, 2nd generation driver. His dad was a pro stock standout here at Lee back in the 90s. Vinny Who Anarumo. Douglas hanging tough in 2nd spot with Chris Pasteryak, Max Zackham, and Richard Savory. We're going to be halfway. At the line, 6 laps into the books. Cars down to the back of the pack and their own little battle going on back there. Here's your leaders off the corner, completing lap number 7. 7 on the board. Still nose to tail, freight train style, down the back straightaway. Off the corner. Todd Anarumo looking pretty stout here in the 2nd modified heat race. 12 lap affair. Pasteryak looks to the inside of Douglas. Like he's able to beat him into the turn. Now Savory's going to go to the outside of Zackham. Challenge for the number 4 spot off turn number 2. And Richard powers by. Here comes the 2 to go sign. Savory. Pasteryak goes to the outside of the number 23 of Douglas. Down the back straightaway, a good battle going on for the number 2 spot. They're going to get the white flag now when they come off the corner. 1 more to go. Pasteryak by Douglas. Here goes Savory. It is all about money here today, and there's a ton of it posted by the racing guys. Jimmy Schaefer, here they are battling for the number 3 spot. Sunoco Checkers are going to fall on Todd. Anarumo, Pasternak second, Savory, Dunless. Zackham makes up the top 5. Spencer Davis is on the outside from Dawsonville, Georgia. Matt Hirschman is in the number 59 from Northampton, Pennsylvania. Johnny Kay from Florida in the 46. Todd Zegedy. And Colby Fournier down to the back of the field now. Top 5 to advance. Down the back straightaway they go. That's a 14-year-old driver is going to lead the opening lap. How about that? Young Matt Swanson from Acton, Massachusetts pounds the pavement on the back straightaway here, ready to come around and complete lap number 2. I've had some people tell me over the last year that this kid is going to be the next sensation around here, the real deal. That's a 14-year-old driver leading the show right now. Good side-by-side racing going on between Davis and Jankowiak. Here's Todd Zegedy putting Kevin Stewart's number 85 right in the mix of things. On the bottom, it is Matt Hirschman. Johnny Kay, the Florida entry, trying to catch up and contest. Down the back chute, Bonsignor. He's got a hold on second spot. Look at the kid out in front, enjoying a very comfortable lead here. Good battle going on for third. You gotta love heat races. That means something, and here they are at the halfway mark. Side by side, Spencer Davis, the Coors Light, number 79, down the back straightaway on the outside. He battles Jankowiak. Good modified racing here as the kid continues to set the pace. Matt Swanson way out in front here, leaving the rest to battle it out and jockey for position. Down the chute. Boy, who's going to get that 5th and final transfer spot? Very, very hotly contested side by side. Nerf bar to Nerf bar racing action, lap after lap. Zegedy to the bottom here on the inside of Hirschman. He's trying to get that nose underneath. Davis on the outside. That's the Hillbilly car down the back straightaway. There's going to be 2 laps to go when they come down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. Bonsignor holding on a second spot solidly. Third is Jankowiak. 4th and 5th is the battle now. Davis, he gets a little bit ahead of the 85. Here's the white flag. So Zegedy and Davis really having at it here, trying to get in here solidly. The Sunoco Checkers fall for Swanson, Bonsignor, Jankowiak, and Zegedy, and the 79 are going to advance. Amongst hand cleaners, number 25, Ryan Priest, the Wheeling Tour champ, is in all blue. Ryan out of Berlin, Connecticut, and the number 6 car. That is going to be, that is Woody Pitcat from Stafford Springs in car number 6. Down the back straightaway now. Rocco's going to look to the inside of Galco. Here comes Pennick, fast in practice. Led all on the clock, rolls into 3rd. John McKennedy, they finished that car 7 o'clock yesterday morning and came right here to lead to get some practice time on it. John focusing again this year with the ISMA Super Modifieds. He will be making some special events with the Modified, picking and choosing the events that he wants to compete in 2014. So Pennick's right behind Rocco. Your leader is car number 25, Connecticut, Matt Galco. Looking pretty good right now in that number 25 Connecticut. First time visitor here to New Hampshire Center of Speed. Priest trying to find his way through. Priest on the bottom in the blue number 3. Woody Pitcat driving Stan Mertz number 6. Halfway. Top 3 running away. Priest has moved up into that 5th and final transfer spot. 72 car having problems. TJ Patrabowski, the ROC modified competitor, very much off the pace in car number 72. Good to see a driver that's never competed here before handled it so well here this afternoon. Here's Priest to the inside of McKennedy, battling for the number 4 position. Priest on the low side, and here they are. Off the corner, McKennedy wins out. Kennedy actually went over the stripe in the number 4 position as he held off the number 3 car. White flag. Priest continues to pester John McKennedy. Woody Pitcat right behind. A whole lot of money on the line here this afternoon. The Sunoco Checkers from Matt Galco. They got to be happy with the performance of that car. Rocco, number 25, Rowan Pennick. First spot to John McKennedy. Ryan Priest rounds out the top 5 to advance.
15 laps to get it done. And a guy that just marvels at big money payoffs is starting 3rd in this one, Matt Hirschman, in a consolation round. Here we go. Medeiros did not get up to speed, and we are going to slow things down.
Dennis Perry, Jimmy Dolan, Matt Hirschman, Woody Pitcat. The top 4 spots right now as we go back to an original start. Here they come. John calls them out of the corner. That's a good-looking start on the throttle. And again, Medeiros doesn't get up to speed. Medeiros never got up to speed again. Down the back straightaway, Jimmy Dolan. Dolan on the high side. Hirschman right up behind Dennis Perry. Hirschman pushing Perry down the straightaway. Jimmy Dolan on the outside. Last modified driver to win at Flemington, New Jersey. Read it, it's in the record books. Dolan loves running at Lee, USA. Bumped into him yesterday afternoon. The first thing out of his mouth is, "Where's Russ Conway?" And he's right there behind Perry. Perry pulls away. Here comes Hirschman to the high side. Woody Pitcat's in that final transfer spot. Sean Monahan right behind. Sean Monahan running in the 5th position. Johnny Kay trying to come along in that yellow number 46. That car was banged up yesterday pretty good. They got it back together. Worked on it late. We're working on it when we arrived here this morning. Get it ready for competition. Right now he's challenging Sean Monahan, but it's these 4 right here. Dennis Perry in the APE number 21. Doing a nice job here, holding off Matt Hirschman. 20-year loose on the front straightaway, and he comes to a stop, and that's going to bring down the caution. Yellow out. Matt Hirschman's out in front. All right, we are halfway with Hirschman on top. Woody Pitcat's on the outside of Jimmy Dolan. Now Pitcat's trying to set it up on the outside of the number 21 of Dennis Perry down the back chute. Look at Johnny K in the 46. He's trying to get into the show. Made the long haul from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the Floridian is trying to make the event. 5 laps to go. 5 to go for Matt Hirschman. Jimmy Dolan's doing a nice job holding on to third. The battle's Johnny K and Woody Pitcat. Nice line being driven by Matt Hirschman. Look at him driving that center line in and off the corners. Doing a super job. Kay and Pitcat in the closing stages. The sticks are in the air. There's 2 laps to go for car number 59. One more trip around for the Northampton, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania driver. He has won all the big events. ROC champion on his way to victory here in the consolation round. And the Sunoco Checkers of New England Race Fuels falls on Matt Hirschman, Dennis Perry, Jimmy Dolan, Woody Pitcat will advance. And the remaining will go home, although there will be a dash for the cash to give those an opportunity to make some money here before they leave the premise today. So Matt Hirschman goes right to the scales, as does Dennis Perry, Jimmy Dolan, and Woody Pitcat.